Hey, welcome back to my channel. I am Silver Ninja, and we are going over the game Ant Legion, and all its features, events, etc., etc. And I wanted to go over how to keep your resources safe, because that's a pretty important thing. When you get attacked, you lose a lot of resources. And as you notice, as I tap on these pods here, the resources go up into my little bar. Okay, those are now on hand and lootable. Now, if they're uncollected here, they're always lootable. If they're up here, they're definitely lootable. So what can you do to protect your resources? Well, when you have a lot of resources on hand, one of the first things you can do is shield. And you do have, every day, if you are active, you get a free 8-hour shield. And just while you're here, if you don't see this, it's because you haven't reached level 25 yet. This only appears to reset after you reach 25. That's 25. So you can get that shield there. You can buy shields in the Alliance. Go to War, okay, and you can get an 8-hour shield there for 80,000. So you can get 2 a day from that. Plus, they're given away as rewards. And that's not just the 8 hours, the 24 hours, the 2-hour, everything like that. And as you can see, I could shield for about 3 months straight if you did the math on that. But I rarely use my shields. I'm not attacked very often because, one, I have a strong defense, but more importantly, I don't ever have resources to steal, or it's pretty rare. And I'll show you how I do that. But first, let's go over some reports. Let's see, battle report. Okay. This is me scouting an entire alliance, and just to let them know that if they have resources to steal. So this one here, you can see it's a pretty young nest. They're only at T6. They don't have, they're not really promoting their troops. And so these are the pods that I was just collecting from. Okay. Those are always stealable, even from untagged nests. Okay. But these here are definitely stealable. Now, this is not a lot. Now, during Conquest, I would definitely take this nest out if it was in another state, because I'd get the troop points and the little bit of resources. But in Conquest, you don't have to have resources. I'm coming for the points. I'm taking everything. Troops, even if you don't have any resources, I'm taking your troops. That's just how I work Conquest. But if you're in a state with kill days, like once a week or free-for-all, then these are stealable. And this makes you a target. In my video, don't be a target. In my video, collecting resources, I kind of go over a little bit of what I'm going over now. So don't be a target. Don't have your resources available, okay? Now, we could keep going through. A lot of this alliance actually did pretty good. There's 1 million water right there. This guy's smart. He has troops, pretty strong troops, and no resources. So most people are not going to attack this guy. He needs to fill in a legacy, though. Simply because that's a lot of damage you can take for nothing, right? So this guy is not a target, okay? But this one is 2 million. T9, so maybe, if 351 haste soldiers, I wouldn't attack this for 2 million. If it was 25 million, I'd try to do some damage, right? But that's the nature of how that works. Don't be a target. And how tempting are you? How many troops does somebody want to lose? There's a nest I scouted today that had 75 million food. Okay, and I talked to their alliance leader, and hopefully they will get shielded before Conquest or before the end of the day, because I might go back for them. It wouldn't take me much to wipe them out. But I don't want to do that. I want them to do Conquest. But we're not giving up those points. So it's one or the other. The other way you can keep your resources safe is we are going to go to the vault. So if you don't shield, you can send them. So you hit store, and then you can... Now, I've already sent my daily max. Here's your daily cap. I have a video on how to increase that, but it's basically by adding more posts and things like that. And then when you're ready to collect them, you withdraw. So I could withdraw 1.7 million right now. And this up here tells you how many resources you have on hand. I have quite a bit. Food. But I don't use this area too much, only when I have excess from raiding. Now, I do have 12.4 million on hand. Oh, hey, look at me. I read that wrong. This is my resources, and this is what I'll be adding to my resources. But I had 30 million. I did 4 high-level research that took down all my resources, and now I have 12 million I still got to get rid of, and I'm going to send those to my team members, or try to get some water and spend. So that's how you send. You can also send to other members that are going to be shielded throughout the whole of conquest or kill days, but that's a lot of work for something you don't have to do. So we'll get there. So actually, you know what, the better way to do this is if I go to the bag and I hit resources, you see all of these cards here. So when I first started this game, I'm like, oh, look at that. I'm just going to go like this, and I'm just going to, pow. Now I have 2 million on hand, right? I would take this, however many I had, and you see that little card goes right up there. Now I have 2.6 million, okay? So I could do that with everything, right? And here's my waters. I could put that 80,000 water right up into there. But now that makes it lootable, okay? So simply don't do that. I mean, that's pretty basic. Don't come into your bag and empty all these. It does you nothing but make them stealable. So if I go into let's say the research, and I go to combat, and come down to here, something that is high level and expensive. You can see right here, I don't have enough fungus, I don't have enough water, and I don't have enough leaves. Obviously, I have enough food. So if I hit research, see all these? These are all the cards in my bag. Okay, this is the auto use. When I hit research, auto use automatically pops up. And it's saying, okay, well, we can use these cards and it'll fill up my leaves, it'll fill up my fungus, and if I had enough, it would fill up my water. And you can do it individually. So I could go here and I could individually use one of these. I could also do this. Add some more water. Now this is okay, because all that's going to do is give me more cards, right? So now I have another card here, wherever that went, right there. Now I have more cards, okay? So I hit auto use. Still not enough to finish this particular research. But you can see I have 53 million leaves, 25 million food. But the only thing that's lootable, get out the way, is 136,000 water. But that is protected by my vault, wherever that is put. So you come to your vault, and it tells you exactly what you have protected. I can protect up to 1 million water before, and anything over that is lootable, okay? So those are the basic ways to shield, send, or spend. But more importantly, don't come in here and redeem these cards, because that just makes it so that you have a lot of resources on hand, okay? All right, so I went and found this report as soon as reset hit. This was the first guy that I went after. Now you can see he does have a lot of troops. I will take some deaths, and I'll show you that report here in a minute. But when I scout a nest, this is what I'm looking for. Right here. 24 million food lootable. 16.9 leaves are lootable. And of course, 500,000 fungus doesn't sound like a lot. But a level 7 only gives you like 20,000 fungus, and it takes you 2 hours to get that, right? So this is a big haul. So, yes, I did attack this guy. He was not shielded. The entire state was warned last Sunday at Stump. And throughout the week, we have been sending state chats, and I personally send in-alliance emails that Purge Day is coming. Please shield. We're coming for your resources. We don't want to give them up during conquest. So this guy is one of the second nest that I got resources from. And let's see, let's find the attack. So you can see here me going after Ben, okay? And here's my first attack, and you see, I took 500,000. And then I just kind of went to town once he's empty. And you notice I got, let's see, in this one, not too many deaths, 1,200 deaths. But that is, that's one 15-hour training, depending on the speed I'm using. And that's worth it. That's definitely worth it to me to get these resources, okay? This is also what I look at when I go to Conquest. Except for Conquest, I'm willing to take troops when there's no resources available. So pretty much, I just sent an onslaught of troops to get it to drain this guy, okay? Now, and that means that person, very specifically, went into here, and every time he got a event reward, right here, there's 10 of those cards. There's 4 of those cards, okay? Every time he got through an event and collected the reward, he immediately redeemed them. So they were on hand. So you should never have resources on hand unless you're specifically attacking other players. Either you're out pillaging, which is when I hit untag nests for the for these guys down here. I call these scraps, and I go pillaging for that on a regular basis. There's no tag, there's no alliance. Okay, those are free game, regardless of kill days or nap days, because there's nobody in them, or they need to join an alliance. So I've kind of rambled on long enough, but I can't stress enough: don't redeem these cards until you need that resource. And you'll know when you need that resource because the game makes it super simple. Right here. You don't need it. You hit upgrade. It'll automatically check the cards you need. And if you have enough, they'll all be green right here. You hit OK. And then you can do it. Now, if I hit OK right now, it's going to cache these cards. But it's not going to give me enough to build this or research that. So I'm not going to do it. Because then I have those resources on hand. Well, I can do it for this one, actually, because it's well below my threshold. So now I just used those. Now they're up in my vault. And I no longer have I can auto use again. See, but that I just got that, right? You just saw me get that. But I'm not trying to upgrade this currently. So we're not going to do that. Right? I'd rather use that for somewhere else. But so that would be me spending it. So only auto redeem at the moment you're going to upgrade. If you don't have enough of one resource to upgrade, don't redeem those cards until you do. Otherwise, they're up there and a stronger nest is going to come for them, especially during Conquest. All right, well, I think I beat the dead horse pretty darn good. I really want you guys to keep your resources protected. And the best way to do that is never to have them on hand until you're going to spend them. So I'm going to be shielding because now I have resources to take until I can spend them or send them. Because during Conquest, I'm not going to be shielding. I'm going to be attacking. All right. Well, if you think of anything that I missed, or anything I got wrong, please let us know in the comments. But more importantly, don't cash in your cards. If you do, or you just got done looting, shield, spend, or send. All right, well, have a great day. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep it fun.